Did you know? The Alberta Law Reform Institute has been working on an electronic wills project. We've reviewed the rules for electronic wills suggested by the Uniform Law Conference of Canada. More specifically, we've looked at whether the changes to the Uniform Wills Act, those that expressly permit electronic wills, should be recommended. Our work led to the publication of Final Report 119, which recommends that electronic wills should be permitted in the province. Generally following the changes made to the Uniform Wills Act, we also provide recommendations for the rules that should be followed to create an electronic will. Now we are publishing Final Report 120, which addresses the alteration and revocation of electronic wills. If people are able to make electronic wills, then it makes sense that they should also be able to change or revoke them. However, electronic wills present a unique challenge. Unlike a pen mark on a paper will, it is harder to identify when an electronic will has been altered or revoked by a keystroke. It is also harder to identify whether the person making the changes actually intended to alter or revoke their electronic will. To ensure the law properly supports people altering or revoking their electronic wills, these issues must be adequately addressed. We recommend that the rules surrounding electronic wills should reflect the expectation of testators to ensure that the probate system continues to function justly and efficiently. To that end, we consulted with members of the general public in Alberta and with various professionals who work with wills and estates in the province. 80% of our public survey respondents, when presented with specific options, indicated that they would consider making changes directly to their electronic will. After reviewing these results, professionals agreed that alterations made in the electronic will should be permitted, as this would better support the intentions of people wanting to change their estate plan. The professionals stressed, however, that the original rules that were used to create the electronic will should also be followed when altering it. This means that the changes made to a formal electronic will should be made in electronic text and be electronically signed by the person making the electronic will in front of two witnesses who also electronically sign. We recommend that people should be able to alter their electronic will either by making changes directly to the electronic will by following the original rules used to make it, or by making a new will. Our respondents, when asked how they would revoke an electronic will, had a preference for either making a new will or making a written declaration of revocation. We received mixed support for revoking an electronic will through action from both the public and professionals. We recommend that the Uniform Wills Act should generally be followed for the revocation of electronic wills, since its rules are similar to the current rules found in the Wills and Succession Act. In other words, a person who wants to revoke an electronic will should be able to do so by creating a new will, or by writing a declaration of revocation. We also recommend that people should be able to revoke their electronic will by action. However, a witness should be required to any act revoking an electronic will, whether that act involves electronic deletion or the physical destruction of a paper copy. We've made other recommendations for the alteration and revocation of electronic wills too. Click the link to visit our website and download Final Report 120, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates on our recommendations to reform the laws of Alberta.